Let's be real for a second. Are you still marketing in the UAE and Saudi Arabia like it's a few years ago? If you are, you might be in for a surprise, because the old social media playbook, well, it's pretty much useless now. We're in the middle of a huge shift away from just chasing views and towards something way smarter, something that actually gives you an edge, hyperlocal content that makes people do things. So let's just break down what this change really looks like. On one side, you have the old way, right? Chasing big, broad numbers with generic influencers where the goal was just entertainment. But now, look at the other side, because that's what's happening right now. It's all about hyperlocal search with niche creators who people actually trust. And the goal? It's high-intent discovery. That's the difference between someone just watching your video and someone finding it, making a decision, and then taking action. So you've got to be asking, why did this happen? Why the huge change? Well, it really comes down to two big things. The first one is about something superhuman, trust. And the second one is all about how the social media platforms themselves have totally evolved. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? This is all about that trust factor. People in the GCC are just over the distant celebrity thing. They're putting their faith in smaller, local creators who feel like informed residents. You know, people who can give them real advice, like where are the best Jeddah restaurant reviews or what skincare actually works in the Saudi heat. It's a massive switch to what's relevant and what feels authentic. And if you want to see the power of that local connection in numbers, here you go. In Saudi Arabia, it's pretty common for micro-influencers to have like 50 to 60% of their followers right there in the country. Just think about that for a second. That is an incredibly targeted audience. Now, in the more diverse UAE market, it's closer to 20 or 30%, which tells you right away that to succeed there, you absolutely need a bilingual strategy to connect with everyone.
Now, the second big driver here is the tech, and you really got to get this. Platforms like Instagram and YouTube, they aren't just for mindless scrolling anymore. They have become powerful local search engines. Reels and shorts are now searchable. That means a well-made video can actually show up when someone searches for Best Cafe Riyadh. Your content isn't just content anymore. It's the answer to a question someone is asking right now.
Okay, so knowing why things have changed is great, but how do you actually use this information? Let's build a playbook you can actually use. How do you get your short videos to show up when people are searching locally? First things first, on-screen text. Honestly, this is non-negotiable. In the first couple of seconds, you need clear, high-contrast text that immediately tells the viewer, and just as important, the algorithm, what your video is all about. A simple stop Ras Al Khaimah Island, or the Arabic for it, does two critical jobs at once. It stops the scroll, and it tells the algorithm exactly how to categorize your content for search. Next up, bilingual captions. And I mean manually corrected captions, not just the janky auto-generated ones. You need to include location names and specific niche terms in perfect Arabic and English. This is so crucial for reaching the whole audience in the GCC. It boosts your watch time and sends strong keyword signals to the platform in both languages, which basically doubles your chances of getting found. And finally, let's talk about regional audio. Picking a sound clip isn't just for fun anymore. It's a strategic decision. When you use audio that's specifically trending in the GCC, you're sending a huge signal to the platform that your content is relevant for that region, and that dramatically increases the odds that it'll pop up organically on new feeds. Now, this is so important. A one-size-fits-all approach is just not going to work here. The content that crushes it in Riyadh is not the same as what works in Dubai. You have to know your audience, inside and out. So let's really break down the differences. In Saudi Arabia, people connect with personal, practical reviews that feel like they come from real, local life, content that solves a real problem for them. Now, hop over to the UAE. It's this dynamic mix of locals and expats, right? So the tone can be more modern, more direct, and bilingual content covering all sorts of lifestyle and leisure topics just works better. And hey, if you need proof of just how much local context matters in Saudi Arabia, look at this number. A massive 71% of online consumers there watch locally produced content. That gives creators who speak from their own personal experience an absolutely incredible advantage. So, with all that in your head, is there a simple way to structure your videos to make sure they work? Oh, absolutely. Here's a super straightforward 4-step formula that's designed to take a viewer from just scrolling all the way to taking action.
This formula is simple, but man, is it effective. Step 1, the hook. You gotta grab them in the first 3 seconds with great visuals, that on-screen text, and the regional audio we talked about. Step 2 is value. Give them the good stuff: price, location, hours. Step 3 is proof. Show a real, natural interaction. That's what builds trust. And finally, step 4, the call to action. Tell them exactly what you want them to do next. Save it, share it, or click that link in your bio. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but does this whole hyperlocal thing actually work? Does it move the needle for businesses? The answer is a huge yes. Let's look at the proof. So take the brand Salt in Dubai. You probably know them. They worked with just 30 food and lifestyle micro-creators, and the result was insane. A 20% increase in foot traffic. We're not talking about views or likes. We are talking about actual people getting up and walking into their restaurants. And this isn't just for restaurants or physical stores. Look at the e-commerce giant Noon. They use this exact strategy with niche creators during a big seasonal sale. And the result? A 15% jump in conversions. That is direct proof that this strategy gets you in front of people who are ready to click buy now. So what does this all boil down to? What's the big takeaway for anyone running a marketing team in the GCC today? It's time to set a new rulebook. At the end of the day, it's this simple. Making hyperlocal, search-ready content isn't a nice-to-have tactic anymore. It is a fundamental requirement for any brand that wants to reach customers who are at that final stage, ready to make a decision. This is how you turn eyeballs into action. And that really just leaves us with one last question for you to think about for your own strategy. It's a simple question, but it changes absolutely everything. Are your reels being built for passive views, or are they engineered for active discovery?